I traveled to New Zealand's west coast to get dropped off in the middle of nowhere with my local friend Joe for a 10-day wilderness mountain hunt chasing tahr and chamois. Come along in this two-part series adventure as we get to discover some of the most remote public land hunting opportunities New Zealand has to offer.
It's a large gate. Helicopter loaded, ready to go. Beautiful day, a little bit of wind, but let's see how the flight goes. Let's do this. In New Zealand, there is a very big biological control of how many seeds you bring in on your gear to protect the island, because it's an island and there's a lot of invasive species. So you have to be super careful when you come in. You need to clean your boots. The tent is one of the things that they really check in, because there's a lot of seeds typically inside the tent. So I decided to bring a brand new tent, so hopefully all the parts are inside the tent, because I haven't even tried it, because I just wanted to go through customs quickly. So we are here in the New Zealand Alps in the western coast. This is going to be our home for the next 9 days. I'm here with Joe from GA Wilds, and yeah, we're going to be hunting tahr, chamois, red stags. Super cool spot. We have a very good window of weather and really looking forward to this trip. So stay tuned. We're gonna set the tent, eat something, and start glassing, because we have tons of amazing country to glass. So yeah, let's go. Sit by your side. Oh, no, please no.
It's known as Butt Creek.
Let's move quick, because we want to take a decision. We need to take a decision fast. It looks like a pretty nice female, super wide. It could be a suitor. We are running out of light and it just got into the scrap, but definitely something that we wanna, if possible, take a closer look tomorrow, because it might be a good chamois to take. We haven't seen any kid with hair, so that's also good.
Yeah, pretty cool to see the first animal though. Yes. First animal for the trip.
Morning, Pedro.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
I had my first coffee outside here at 5:30, thinking that the sun was coming up and it was the moon. So I have been 2 hours here in the dark, alone. Nice to have some company.
Very hot.
Big bull? See a big bull down there?
Not yet, but give me some time, okay? It's 6. What time is it? 7:40 and you're already putting all the pressure on me.
But I really want to look at this country just over this edge that we can't see from camp, because there's some really good you know, thick scrub, lots of cover. So there should be some animals coming out of there as the sun starts coming up.
It is steep. It's amazing. We just peeked over on a new valley with the country that we can see just huge. We haven't seen anything so far, but I think animals may be still bedded. We're gonna have to be patient here. We control way more country than what we can walk in a day, so be patient and wait to see if we get to locate anything. And if we don't locate anything, I will be worried because the country looks amazing. So. Helicopter. We were here looking for animals when a helicopter came and started chasing a tar. We don't know if it's people from the government, they are culling animals, or it's just hunters, but it makes me sick. I mean, these animals live in some beautiful, beautiful terrain. They are wild. Their protection is that they can go to remote places, and to see people chasing them with a helicopter makes me sick. I don't see the fun of it. I think it's just... But the thing is that we have to understand that here, tar and chamois, we may see them as beautiful animals, but here in New Zealand they consider them invasive species and as a pest. So any method, any way, there's cullings all the time of animals and they just want to get rid of them, while in my opinion they have a beautiful resource for hunters, for meat, for nature, that at this point I think they should preserve them and value them. Like, if it wouldn't be for those animals, I would probably not be here in the middle of nowhere with our tents and hunting. So I don't know, it kind of ruined my day. I don't know what you guys think, but it shouldn't be this way.
We were hoping to like look down into this valley and see animals everywhere, but it's not going to happen now. Yeah, I don't know, there should be a thing like you come to New Zealand to hunt, you should be doing a trip like this, what me and Pedro are doing, you should be doing it on foot.
Let's bring this much. Go. It's a bull tar. The sun is warming up pretty fast, so I guess that hopefully the animals will come out, because if not during the middle of the day, I think it's going to be too warm today, so very little movement. Is kind of an issue because we don't have any close water source close to camp, so trying to make the most out of the water we have. This steep and slippery face, trying to discover and have a better understanding how the area looks like. Slow progress, but so good. We're gonna go all the way to the top, try to understand better the terrain, to have a better idea for the following days.
Big buck chamois, big bull tar, big stags everywhere. Hundreds of them. How many bullets do you bring, Pedro?
Enough. That's the only thing I have useful probably in my bag. That's the most useful thing. It has been quite a mission to arrive here, but we're gonna wait until last light to see if anything from the scrap comes out. So very slow day, and we have been able to glass like thousands and thousands of hectares, so it looks very promising.
Hey Peter. How you going?
Now you need to open the truck.
It's nice in that sun. Nice and warm.
We spotted some tar in the highest peak of New Zealand. We're gonna wait. Hopefully something comes out from the forest. We are controlling a lot of country, but if there is a lot of hunting pressure, they're gonna wait until last hour of the day. Nothing. Ready. Another beautiful day ahead. Lovely weather. Animals are moving with the full moon, so let's see if we get to find them. Let's go. There's a samoa right there, 200 meters, looking at us. 200 meters, a female by herself, but we're gonna stay put just in case something happens. How awesome is to watch the wildlife doing their thing. Beautiful animals. It must be one of my favorite animals to hunt. And every animal has their weak spot. And for the samoa is that white face contrasting with the black. And that's the first thing that hit my eyes, was that white thing in the middle of the grass. And sure it was, there was a female looking at us. It's a Sami over there, walking. Let's put the spot scope quickly. We need to put a closer look to him. Samoa must be one of the hardest animals to properly judge, because males and females are very similar. What you typically would like to check when you are trying to judge between a male and a female is a few things. Males typically have tighter curl on the horn, on the tip, so they bend way more than the females. That instead of typically having a strong hook, it's more like open. Although some of them, like, can be really confusing. Females are a little bit thinner. Males have thicker bases, and also the males, the body, they have typically more chest and more hair on the back. More hair up here, and the pencil of the males are easy to distinguish, so that's another thing that you want to keep a good eye on. What we're looking now, it's a female. It looks like an old female. Also, it doesn't have a kid, which this time of the year they should be together. It looks like it's kind of like cruising around, so we're gonna keep an eye and see, because it's the end of the rut, so maybe, I don't know, maybe there is a buck in the area or something. But that being said, both males and females are big trophies. At the end, if you shoot an old animal, that's what the trophy is about. No matter how many inches or how many points or whatever, it's about the age of the animal, and it's something that it's very hard to judge, because after the 6th year of the chamois, the growth is just like 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters. So that is covered typically with the hair that from the head, so it's impossible to judge. So you just kind of have to guess the body language, the face, how they look to try to judge the age. But yeah, looks like an old female, no kid, so we're gonna keep an eye.
We have found the bull. Now we've just seen the bull tar across the valley. He's a long way off, but he actually looks like quite a good bull.
Good morning, guys. So this is my beautiful 2-person tent, only with 1 person. The good thing when you get dropped with a helicopter or that weight is not critical. I always like to go with a 2-person tent because there's always a lot of gear. You need to put cameras, charging, the food, I mean a bunch of things. So today we're gonna go on a mission. We're gonna go to a complete different remote valley. So super stoked. Exciting day ahead. Fingers crossed, guys.
Let's go.
Come on.
Got a chamois right here, beat it down. Seeing animals like that up close, you just don't get tired of that, man. That's awesome.
I think it's the doe that we saw yesterday. It's a nice old-looking doe, but I really want to see what's on the next valley and explore new country. So we're gonna keep moving up and see what we find.
This is really nice looking country. Kind of like I'm losing my excitement not seeing animals, to be honest.
But I wanted to share that we're hunting public land. Anyone can hunt here. You don't have tag limits, there is nothing, so you can hunt as many animals as you want. You don't need by law to recover the meat. You can shoot females, males all year round, so there is not a single limitation. So the management that is done here compared to what we are used to in Europe, it's none. So you don't know if we are arriving here, there might have been hunters before, there might have been people with helicopters, government people shooting the animals. Basically it's like a war against the tar and the chamois, so I'm not surprised that suddenly we are not seeing any game. And what it worries me is not that we are not seeing any trophy animals, is that we are not seeing females, we are not seeing does, nannies, young bucks, young bulls, anything. So I'm pretty concerned because it's already day 4 or day 5, so looking very promising, guys. We're gonna keep doing what we know, cover country and glass. Slow but steady. This terrain may not look super sketchy, but the problem is that when you have 30 kilos or 25 on your back, if you have a bad movement, the weight of the backpack is gonna pull you down, so you have to be extra careful crampons are a must in this type of terrain. Ice axe or something to make sure that if you slip you can recover your foot quickly. There's water. The country is beautiful. There is no animals, but it's beautiful.
Stuck.
He's like a cockroach.
I must admit I'm feeling real gutted. We haven't been seeing animals. I've been wanting to come here for years. Finally come here. I mean, Pedro's come all the way over from Spain and we're just not turning up animals. It just guts me, man. Gutted. We've covered so much country. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just disappointed.
Good morning, guys. So after 4 days or 5 here in all these valleys walking around and not seeing much game, today we have decided to relocate. So we're gonna pack the whole camp down, get all the gear ready, get picked, moved a bunch of kilometers away to a completely different area. I think we only have half of the trip left and we need to make a move, and the quicker we move and that it's gonna be better. So pretty stoked, and now let's get all this packed to move. Excited. And just like that, camp is packed. We're waiting for the helicopter to come pick us up, and yeah, I think I hear he coming. Let's do this. Yee!
Just watching yet another helicopter flying around in this valley that we've been hunting, looking for tar, looking for chamois, heli hunting. Another one, man. That's 3 since we've been here.
Looks lovely with good weather. We're gonna see if the winds pick up. It's gonna be a whole different story, but now it does looks nice. Relocated, completely new different area. It's gonna give us a lot of options to look around. We are gonna set up camp right here. We have good shelter from the wind. We have a water source pretty close by, so will give us access to water. We're gonna set up the tents, eat something, and start getting to know this new country.
Bull tar.
There's a bull tar there. No fucking kidding. Where?
Literally while Pedro's doing that intro, I've just spotted a bull tar up there.
In the first one or the second?
Top one, but out to the right, bedded on a rock. Yeah.
I think it's a young tar. I mean, not bad, but I don't think it's like a super old bull.
Man, there's actually quite a few tar up there. We've just seen a nanny and we've seen 2 other bulls. Seriously, that last one's a real good bull.
Yeah. So Joe has in most of his videos this little trick that he does, like on the tent and throws it on the ground, and the tent just like builds itself up in just a second. Let's give it a try. It doesn't look that hard. And you just throw it like this in the middle. You have to just throw it a little bit harder. Now you try it. No working rough. On full ice underneath us, so that's the importance of a good mattress to kind of isolate you from the ground, because if not, you will freeze here.
How good is it when you've got such a good water source right next to camp and you don't need to worry about running out?
We've got nanny tar up here, so there's going to be more. I bet you there's a lot more up there. Elevation wise, we're about 1500 here, a lot higher than the last time.
There are 2 possibilities: that either we film each other a lot, or there is a lot of tar, because every time that we are filming each other, someone sees something. So I have such a mix of open bags and closed
Yeah, me
bags
too.
on the days
Me
that
too.
I'm not even sure if I'm running out of food or not. So today we're gonna have to be extra focused because we are gonna have a long afternoon ahead of us, and I have the feeling that we may shoot something because the weather is great. We are seeing some animals, so better get all the energy, all the juices, the good juices and good stuff.
Let's go, bro.
One of these days I'm gonna let you hanging for an hour.
Nah, you wouldn't do that.
Nah, not to a bro. West side, bro.
If there was an animal up there, we could approach it pretty easy, Pedro.
I think it's probably hard to show how steep this country is. The place looks amazing, but we're gonna have to be careful where we shoot the animals, if we get to shoot any, because the recovery is gonna be, it can be really dangerous. New Zealand, it's just unreal. Check, you have the Alps, which they go up to 1,500, and all that is not much, but check how steep they go up, because right there in the background, underneath the clouds, that's the ocean. So this is the west coast. It's crazy how mountains that are not that high, they can be so steep. Oh, check that place. Check all that bottom part with lakes and all that. Fucking amazing country.
That young bull is coming closer to us. He's just popped over this ridge in front of us. I'm just filming him now for you guys to see.
I got literally to 5 meters of the tar. It was so close that I couldn't barely focus it and get it on frame because it was like 5 meters. That was awesome.
There's a bunch of tar on the top of the mountain out behind me. A couple of good looking bulls, a couple of younger bulls and some nannies. A few tar dotted around up there. Pedro's just gone to have a look down on this little knob below me. Gonna look down into that country that we can't quite see from here. There's animals around, guys. It's actually really good.
So my wife does most of my editing, and every time I bring her a mountain hut, I can only hear her in the computer. You're a fucking idiot! Why are you going those places? What's the need for asking God? Totally agree.
Unfortunately, the bigger bull, he's got like 4 or 5 nannies. He's just gone behind a rock. What you can see right now are 2 younger bulls by the looks.
A bull just appeared on the skyline. It must be like around 200 meters away. Looks like a great bull that cannot even move. We are tucked into position because he's checking that everything is safe to come lower. But it's into solid range. It looks like a beautiful cape, so like an old bull. I think it's gonna happen. I already put my earplugs on. Just need to we're gonna wait a little bit to let him feel safe and then move and get our cameras and all and the rifle ready.
He's not a giant. He's not a giant, but he's a good, respectable bull. So I think we should get set up. You look at him through your scope, and then you decide if you want to take him.
140. Jumps like a heat ray.
I think it was a good hit. I was actually looking at the screen when you pulled the trigger. So, I think it was a good hit.
Thank you, buddy. That was freaking amazing.
Oh, dude. Put it there.
140 meters, you won't believe how well you could see the entire. So I'm scared that I rushed the shot, but
I think there was a bit of a rock behind him too.
no, it was not a skyline. He had rocks behind him.
Oh
I
man.
felt like he jumped like this.
Oh, let's have a look on the footage.
Looked like a good shot, guys. We just reviewed the footage.
I'm shaking.
Potentially like the point of the shoulder.
Crystal clear. It was such a beautiful view of the animal through the scope. 140 meters, that's the distance you want to shoot.
What the heck, Pedro?
Thanks, Al, buddy. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
That was
Thanks
epic.
a lot.
Alright, let's get our pack on and let's get up there while we've still got daylight.
$140 meters only.
It's steep. Look how far above the clouds we are.
Safety on. I think he might was. Hey. Yeah. We got it, buddy.
Let's go, man.
How beautiful this is. Do you ever think how lucky we are to be in places like this, being part of nature with this sunset in the middle of nowhere? We are super lucky. What a beautiful creature. It's a really, looks like a really old bull. A lot of growths here, but it's broomed off, all polished with the age. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years. Feeling super blessed. It turns out to be like a super old, and to be able to harvest an animal from the mountains that have lived so long and have survived so many winters, it is pretty special. So yes, feeling super blessed, and I think that we should really value these animals as they are, because they are amazing. And I wanna sing a song that I always sing with my dad when we have a special moment and we harvest a special animal. So here is for my dad. Butardol, smoking ball, Butardol, piquilín, diquelando de sorda de jabalirurón. Butardol, smoking. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. If you guys don't know Joe, check him out. That's basically what he does all year round. Be in places like this, hunt this type of animals in this type of hunt, and that's the reason I came here for. It's not, I didn't came just for shooting an animal, but I love to hunt with like-minded people that understand the hunting the same way that I do. I think we are lucky, we learn from each other. It's good to have a new friend, and thanks a lot for everything, buddy.
It's been epic, man.
Thanks a
We're
lot.
halfway through too. We've still got like 5 more days of hunting. What the heck are we going to get up to over
This
the
is
next
just
5
the
days?
starting, the start.
But
I'm not sure we're gonna get it better, that's the only thing, but
I'm stoked that, you know, like, you create YouTube videos, I create YouTube videos, we do it differently, different parts of the world. It's cool to get together, man. It's cool to get together and do a mission. So, and what a heck of a bull. It's around 14 years, from what we can count, potentially 14 years old. You could come to New Zealand 20 times and still not find a bull of that caliber.
I'm surprised that he survived this.
Broomed off. That is one heck of a bull, man. So freaking stoked for you, bro.
So now the mission is to try to see what we do with the bull. It's getting dark, so we're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna get to it.
We got a couple of hours ahead of us, man.
All right, see you guys. We have decided that we're gonna come first thing in the morning. It's gonna be so cold, the meat is gonna be completely fine. And tomorrow morning we can take the time to skin it properly, take all the pieces of meat properly, and pack it to camp, that it's quite close. So.
Yeah, man.
We deserve a beer tonight.
I think so.
Finally, have this. Big bull tar.
Cheers, bro. Ooh, that's cold. But very good.
It's gonna be a cold night, but we're gonna sleep better.